Well, good morning again. I guess I didn't have the mic on. How's everybody doing? Julie, Fred, Jack, Ed, Mike, Carol, Thomas, JW, different Mike. Hey everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, I didn't have the camera on, or the mic on first. Appreciate it. Okay, lot of things this week stacked up. We're coming toward the end of earnings, and I think that is a true plus for me. Really don't care for earnings. Let's start off with this. Members, if you don't know where to get this page, after the market opens sometime, make sure you ask here in the room. I'll be glad to share with you where it is. And it just gives an idea of what might be coming up this week. You know, there's really nothing today coming up. Tomorrow, international trade. Look where the stars are, the colors. That's the important stuff. Everything else is kind of blah, not much. So international trade goods tomorrow, Wednesday, the EIO petroleum status report. What is it? Thursday, jobless claims, kind of important these days. Another natural gas report here. Down here toward the end of the day, you can see that there's a Fed balance sheet, information on that. Consumer sentiment on Friday. Treasury sentiment on Friday. Really, overall, I think it's a pretty easygoing week when it comes to Fed stuff or, things that just pop up, some meetings or some reports that somebody's got to share. Hey, Mai. Hello, T. Hey, Rick. Good morning, Nathan. Good morning. Good morning. Let's do this, too. I want to start up here. Let's take a look at T2122. We're back up here in the overbought area. Now, for whatever it's worth, might not mean anything to anybody but me, but personally, I like it up here. To me, this is not overbought. Oh my gosh. Nope. That's where I make most of my money is when we're hanging around up here. Because when we're hanging around up here, well, that means the bulls are in town. So I kind of like it. Anytime we get, and it doesn't have to be, this high, but anytime we start climbing up, I like that. We could actually drop this line down, and just look right through here. Above 80, what do you know? I love that right there. So that's my favorite spot to be. So I'm happy with that. Let's move over here. T2123 on the 15-minute ended up bullish on Friday. Thank you, T2123. I like that. And the hourly chart, well, my dream might be coming true. Of course, my dream could get crushed just as well. The bulls are starting to show up on the 60-minute. I think this is the best time frame for this particular indicator for the daily chart. And I love it. And we're bullish, and I'm happy. I'm actually going to put it up here so we can see a little bit more of it. Let's run over here to that hourly. See how we've gone from this humongous downtrend. Red dots, see how the dots have turned to green. And now, boom. Let's put this up here. There we go. See how we rallied up. We built a little shelf, consolidated, rallied up again. We're building a little shelf right now. Stair step up, right? Stair step up like this until it doesn't. It's that simple. It really is that simple. This is move down, stair step down, bearish until it doesn't, and it doesn't. So we're going to follow this up. This is a bullish sign right now, so careful jumping into those shorts. I know. We're wondering what's the market going to do up here. The SPY rallied up. What a great week last week. We closed over the 50-period moving average Friday. We're holding over the 50-period moving average pre-market. Now, I think we're doing great, but that doesn't mean that we can't have some kind of pullback. In fact, that would be natural. That would be normal. And a pullback below the 50 moving average is not going to break my heart. What's more important to me is that price action does this, okay? Those moving averages, resistance, support, those are all places that we use to help place a trade. or maybe, we window shop in those areas for maybe an entry or exit, or put on a short or put on a long. But more important to me is that's what price action does. And so far, all we have, this first move right here, boom, that's all we have. That's all we have. So we need a pullback. We need this. We really, really do. Too much of this, well, is just not a good thing. You think it is. You think it might be, but it's not. It's a bad thing if you get too long in it. So let's just keep an eye out today. The market might need to just decide what it's going to do here. We can certainly go higher and we can certainly pull back. Let's manage our positions cautiously. Appropriate stops and profits where we can. I think that would be a wise plan, very wise plan. All right, I've got some charts here that I kind of like. Oh, announcements. Do announcements. Let's see. Hey, today it is not too late today to enter the contest. You have till noon Eastern. Let's see, that's Monday. Also Mondays, every Monday, I do a live webinar, kind of public webinar, in the LTA room, so 11:45 Eastern. Wednesday, Ed does LTA scanning for charts. Every Wednesday, Ed does that. And this Thursday, John at BYOB Trading has an open house. We'll get you links for all that stuff. Don't worry about it. But don't worry about the second. But busy week. A lot of stuff going on here. Lots and lots of stuff. All right. Now let's take a look at business. Oh, one last thing. It kind of surprises me, sort of. But about every 3 or 4 days, it seems like somebody says, hey, I haven't been getting alerts on the members app for the past 2 or 3 days, maybe. Look, if you don't get an alert from me at least once a day, there's a problem here, okay? And we don't know it. So, we don't know if you don't get the alert. So please make sure you hit us up. Make sure you have that app set up correctly. It's electronic. There are times it doesn't work because who the hell knows? It's the electronic world. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. So please make sure you have the app downloaded. Hit us up if you don't think it's working. We'd be glad to help you with it. All right, now let's take a look at some charts here, okay? So really, there's a lot of charts today that I and even over the weekend I looked at. They've run up a lot, so we need to be a little bit cautious. So I'm going to be looking for charts that may be set up in good positions for trades when they show up on the scanner. And I will alert, when I buy or sell. If I see something I like, I just might alert it whether or not I'm in it. So I'm looking at AI here. This black line looks like we're finding stability over the 50-period moving average. You can look at this and see this consolidation being built. I love that. This is looking like a bullish chart. So what I want is this on my watch list because I want to wait for those little pullbacks. This is setting up perfectly. So a way I might want to look at this is let's pull this thing back, maybe even one more time, and then put that green bar in there. And look how that chart is set up now. Boom, boom. And this is where we want to make money. Now, this is the dotted deuce right here, this red line. And if somebody feels like, well, geez, I would rather buy it over that, that's no problem. If there was a way I could cut this out of the chart and just move it up, that's exactly what I'm going to look for right there. That to me is a perfect right side of the chart pattern here on AI. Let's take a look at Big. Big is putting in a nice base here. It's maybe trying to become a rounded bottom breakout over the 50-period moving average. It would be. That makes, and when the way I look at the price or the rounded bottom breakout over the 50-period moving average puts the 200-period moving average as a very possible target, okay? Now, that doesn't mean this price is guaranteed to get here. It doesn't mean that at all. That's just what I look for my highest possible price. Doesn't mean that this is going to be a buy right away. Doesn't mean it's a buy right now. And it doesn't mean that it's going to hold the position all the way up here. We all know what charts do. I'll guarantee they do this. Assuming this gets a little bullish, it goes up, and guess what? It will come down. If the bulls remain active in it, it will continue to do this, and it will have pullbacks. So it can be very tradable, different time frames. It can be very tradable, in 2-day packages, 3-day packages, 5-day packages, something like that. Hold it for 2 or 3 days, let it set up again. But this chart, I'm kind of liking the way it's looking here. JD, look at JD. Look how we've got the low, the high, the higher low, and the higher high. I love that. Now, I'm not interested in this so much right here. What I am interested in is JD up here. In stock trading, in options trading, there are entry setups, there's exit setups, there's resistance, there's chart patterns, there's price action, there's candlesticks, there's all these things. Sometimes we don't talk about one of the most important tools there are, and that's patience. Patience. So I'm liking JD, but I'm not liking it enough to buy it right here. I shouldn't say that. If it was to pull back a little bit and set up for me, and the setup would be something like this right here. Here we go, low, high, whoops, higher low. And if we got some bullish attitude going through here, I could see that. And then that potentially could get us up into the rounded bottom breakout area. There, you can decide what you want to do with it. Close it, let it settle, get back in it maybe. I said, the world opens up when you have chart patterns that I think, when you think they're nice, doesn't matter whether I think they're nice, I guess. And you can develop the patience to wait for that chart. So right now, that's looking pretty good, I think. Let's take a look at WBA. WBA may be setting up. Here we are, a couple of things that I think we all traders tend to have on their list as when they see it, that becomes a check mark. It's like, okay, check mark, and here's a nice double bottom, check mark, and here we have a hammer. It's not quite a bullish engulf, but let's not shoot it, okay? That's a nice candle. Here we rallied up to the 50, stop, thank you, because I think that's perfect, and the 34. So let's consolidate a little bit over the 50 period moving average, starts the rounded bottom breakout. Now, members, you all know we need a little work here on the moving averages to get there, but that starts the rounded bottom breakout setup right in here. And the potential to the upside, even back up to this high here, these lows right over here, even to there is, crazy. A little more than a $2 trade, and then we know that the dotted deuce and the 200 period moving averages become targets after we successfully move over the 50 period moving average. LVS, I love this chart. I think this is setting up extremely nice. Look at this bottom. Whoops, I keep running into my phone charger here. Just a minute. There we go. That's better. Let's bring this up here. Whoops, wrong one. Already had it. There it is. Sorry, I got lost on my own desk right there. Look, you just look at this chart and you can see the bullish W pattern. A bullish W pattern, an inverted head and shoulders, they are very, very nice reversal patterns. And you can see here that it, in fact, has reversed. That puts the bullishness in favor, or it gives the bulls an edge, is what it does. And now we can come over here. Look at that beautiful little pop out of the box setup, or a flag, or consolidation, whatever you want to call it. Now look at us. All right, now we're going to take that low, high. We've got a higher low in here. What a magnificent entry area, if you ask me, right through here. So keep an eye on LVS. Meta, I still like Meta. I like Meta a lot. It's still holding in there. I think it needs to grind away maybe a little bit. Cisco might be coming up here pretty quick. Nike is one that I know a lot of members here are in. Beautiful chart. Great upside yet. Potential upside. Watch for those entries. We will send those alerts out. CAG. Look at CAG. CAG. That's setting up. All right. I think it's about time for me to check out here. Good morning, Carla, T, Rick, Nathan, everybody. I think I say good morning to everybody else. Hey, thanks a lot. Remember, we've got a lot coming up this weekend. If you have questions, let us know. We'll see if we can help you out, okay? You guys take care. Tuesday night, did I mention Tuesday night, every night, public e-learning? I think I did. All right. We'll see you guys all back here at the bottom of the hour. Let's make some money today. Let's trade wise. And let's all be happy. Okay? Take care.